Hello everyone. In today's presentation, I'm going to reflect on my professional practice during my placement in early childhood setting. Critical reflection and ongoing professional learnings are principles for the early years learning framework (EYLF), which help teachers improve the practices and facilitate children's development. During the placement, I critically reflected on three experiences, including a library excursion, and we did a role play, so the role play activity of lollipop person and storytelling. So these experiences enhanced my understanding of intentional teaching, assessment, children's agency, and inclusive practices, as well as my comprehension of Australia's professional standard for teacher. So we'll go to the slide. So here I have the slides over here. So in this slide, I've explained that my first experience was the excursion to the library conducted on foot, which was very nearby the center. So I noticed that a child stopped and checked for traffic and identify an appropriate time to cross the road. At first, I was concerned only about children's safety during the excursion, but after reflection, I understood that there were more other valuable learning aspects involved in this activity. So, according to the Vygotsky's sociocultural theory, learning happens within the social and cultural environment. The discussion about the traffic lights, road signs, and road crossing skills was relevant to children's life experience. This experience supported EYLF outcome 3 and facilitated the development of well-being of children. It also aligned with AIT's standard 1, that is understanding of how children learn. So here in the next slide, I have explained the first I have experienced the first experience. So it was about library excursion, and the second is about the lollipop person. So we did a role play of a lollipop person. So I did the setup. So this is the picture of that one. So lollipop person role play was the second experience. It arose out of children's extend interest in road safety. Children played crossing supervisor, pedestrian and driver roles, practicing road safety skills in games. It was set up inside the room. So this experience helped me understand the significance of assessment, applications of assessment for learning. Children's observation should be seen not only as a documentation tool but also as a basis for further planning. So, according to Piaget's theory of cognitive constructivism, so learning happens when children has concrete experiences and actively build new knowledge. So, reflecting on this experiment, I discovered that I control the process of children's work very tightly. So, next time I gave children more freedom in making independent decisions. So we also had the third experiences. So it was storytelling in a group time. So this experience was related to storytelling. So I was reading a book. Some children were actively participating in the process while others seemed indifferent and distracted. So at first I was frustrated because of this, but reflection allowed me to see the bigger picture. As Bruno suggests, education should provide scaffolded education that suits children's learning process. In order to understand that, it also helped me to understand in learning process. In order to engage all children, I would introduce puppet, visual, and motion elements into future stories. So I can't just focus on one way of conducting or one way of storytelling to include more children. I have to include various sources that would meet their expectations or their interests. So in the next slide, I have written like why reflective practices really matters. So, importance is that such experiences prove that reflective practices is vital to professional development. According to SCON, educators improve the practice through reflection and experiences analysis. Reflection helped me find what skills I possessed, where I needed improvements, and how to make informal decisions about my teaching. So, in addition, the mentioned practice correlated with the standard of Australian Professional Standard for Teacher, such as Standard 1, 3, 5, and 6, covering learning, teaching strategies, assessment, and personal and professional learning. So, in conclusion, to summarize, I would say the importance of critical reflection brought important insight into my professional practices on placement. Through reflection on the library visit, role play, and storytelling session, I gained better insight concerning intentional teaching and assessment for learning, children agency, and inclusion. So, here are the references, and I have also mentioned, have attached the transcript for this. Thank you so much for your time.